Tariq Radio, like and subscribe. Tariq Radio, like and subscribe.
Style.com. We got another Dominican in here. Let's get Dominican. His name is just.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? What's your beef with Dominicans?
Who are you to beef with?
I'm asking you a serious question. What's your beef with Dominicans? You and FBA. You and everybody in the room that's FBA. What's your beef with Dominicans?
What do you have?
What did we do to you?
What the hell do you have that would make us think about beefing with you, sir? That's a serious question. What do you got going on that makes you think you're important enough to beef with? Dominican, unmute your microphone. You see, over here, you got to learn how to calm down. Now, what makes you think you got anything going on that makes us want to beef with you?
I'm always hearing disparaging remarks from African American, not only African Americans, but the whole Black diaspora, whether it's Caribbean or whatever, always talking about Dominicans being anti-Black.
Because that is prevalent in the culture there.
It's not prevalent at all. It's just a misunderstanding.
Really?
We didn't have Jim Crow in the Dominican Republic. We didn't have racial segregation in the Dominican Republic. So Dominicans, we grew up without the imposition of racial ideology. So we don't view things as race. Do we have African blood? Of course we do. We don't deny that. That's impossible. We identify as mulatto. A mulatto is a person that's mixed with European and African. Now, depending on the Dominican, it's based on different proportions, but we've never denied our African side. Do we identify as Black? No, because Black is your identity. That's an African American identity, right? Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, that's from us over here.
From the 1960s, right? The civil rights movements, Black Panthers, James Brown, I'm Black and I'm proud. That's what you started calling yourselves. So when you call us Black, we like, no, we're Dominican. That doesn't mean we're denying our African ancestry. Impossible.
Right. So I've been over there. They don't acknowledge their African lineage. I've been over there to the museums.
We acknowledge our African lineage. What we don't do is we don't have this kingship to Africa. There isn't a kingship to Africa because the European, I would say the European and the Taino culture is more dominant. Why? Because the Spaniards, they colonized the island. And two, we live on an island that was inhabited by Tainos. So those two cultures are, how can I say, they're more influential. But the African is in our music. It's in our drums. It's in our flavor, how we dance. You understand what I'm saying? We simply don't have a kingship to Africa because we don't belong to an African tribe. We don't speak an African language. And we've been separated from Africa for like 500 years.
Okay, now that's interesting because did you hear the other Dominican?
Yeah, he doesn't represent us. He doesn't represent us.
We're saying the same thing, and he just insisted that we were African, and we have the same.
Nah. It's more. I mean, we all. I mean, in the Dominican Republic, we have people that came from Philadelphia, African Americans that came from Philadelphia back in the 1800s, and they live in Samana. They live in the Samana Peninsula, and nobody bothers them. They've been there for years and nobody bothers. They got their same names. They still hold on to their African American culture and nobody has ever done anything to them. So this whole anti-Black thing about Dominicans, that's a lie. Now we do have a problem with Haitians. Why?
Right.
Because we were on the island before Haitians.
We who?
Dominicans. The Spaniards conquered the island in 1492.
Right. Well, yeah, but they brought Black people there. There were Black people with them.
It's a little bit more intricate than that. It's more complicated than that.
Was it? Because it was Saint Domingue and
Yeah, but in 1492 the Spaniards conquered the island. In 1496, Santo Domingo, it became like the first. It became like the first city of the Americas.
But those
Haiti doesn't come into the picture until the 1700s. Yeah.
Oh no. See, here's the thing, because see, you're trying to latch on to the Spanish culture, but the Spanish had black.
What happened?
Oh no, but the Spanish had black people with them. The
Yeah,
French,
yeah, we know about that.
right? Only thing that changed, the black people were still there. It just
Yeah, but that's you're oversimplifying there. You gotta explain that a little bit more in
to make it
detail. That
because it's simple. It's real simple. It was just that it went from a Spanish slave owner and to a French slave owner. So the French took some of the blacks on one side
yeah,
of
but
the.
that's a 200-year gap though.
It's the same
The
group of blacks.
Spanish ceded the western 2/3 of the island in 1697 to the French.
Right.
It's then in the 1700s that the French starts importing their slaves to the island, but the Spanish already had imported their slaves 200 years before that. So
Right.
when they see the 2/3, the western 2/3 of the island to France in 1696.
So let's slow down. Let's slow down because I'm just putting it all in context. The Spanish and the French, they're getting the enslaved black people from the same source. So the black people are coming from the same source. Just the slave owners go from Spanish to French. So it's the same crop of black people.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. It's not really the same crop, no.
What's different from
Because
about it?
ask yourself this: we're in 2024, right? What was 200 years ago? 1824. What was going on in 1824? That's going on now. That's 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And people, when you talk about the Haitian and Dominican issue, y'all go straight into the 1800s. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of black people, African Americans, you side with Haitians because of color. But when you talk about culturally, when you talk about that island, I would say that Dominicans have more in common with African Americans than Haitians do.
How so?
When you talk about the music, the flavor, how we love to dance, it's Dominicans. The influence is Dominicans on that island.
What is that? What do y'all dancing have to do with ours?
No, nothing. I'm just saying if you were to compare cultures, if there was a comparison done between African Americans, Dominicans, and Haitians, you would see that Dominicans are more similar.
How so? Because I've been to the Dominican. We're not really like that.
I mean, in terms of music, we got our
No,
own culture. We got our own music. We influence all of Latin America. If
but
you
yeah,
really look it up, you see that Dominicans have influence musically. We influence all of Latin America. That reggaeton music that you hear coming from Puerto Ricans, that's produced by Dominicans.
but that reggaeton is basically a form of Jamaican stuff, though. That's
No,
like
no, 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 no. That form of Jamaican music, that pounder rhythm, that comes from Africa.
right. But
They
reggae,
utilized it first. But it comes from Africa.
the root word of reggaeton is reggae.
When you
And
talk about salsa music, that son, right? Two Dominican sisters from the island of Hispaniola brought that to Cuba.
hold on, let me get my sister.
Theodora Hines, they came from Hispaniola.
Let me get my sister Wani in here to break this music thing down real quick.
When you talk about the salsa movement in New York City back in the 1970s, La Fania, a Dominican man, he created that.
Hold on. Let me get my sister Wani to speak on the music influence and the reggaeton. Wani, go ahead, beloved.
We created reggae, so and everything else. So I don't know what you're talking about. What influence do you have in music? Nobody even
What
knows
what
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 your music is.
what did you create? Tell me.
What did we
Break it down.
create?
Break it down. Who created reggaeton?
Oh, well, we created reggae, okay?
Okay.
And it's based on Roscoe Gordon's Roscoe rhythm, which you guys really liked, okay?
The pounder
But we,
rhythm. The pounder rhythm.
anyway, we had several international hits from Kingston, Jamaica.
Listen, I know all about Jamaican music. I know all about Jamaican culture. What I'm telling you is the pounder rhythm that we use in
Mm-hmm.
reggaeton, right? That comes from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That repetitive beat,
Why don't they
that
have great music? These
that
Africans sure
comes from
do
Africa.
inspire a lot of things, but don't have any sports legends and don't have any
Of
music
course, we
legends.
got
But
sports legends. What are you talking about?
I said Africans get a lot of credit for things and they don't have any music genres. How does that work?
I mean, we all come from there. We come from there. We're
No, we
descendants
don't.
from there. Yes, we are.
No. We have ancestry, but we're not from there.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got
think you
ancestry from
understand how
there.
this works.
I mean, I'm not giving credit to Africans about
And what
anything.
do you think? What do you think Black Americans are? You think we're West Africans just hanging out in America?
No,
You don't. You don't
my
acknowledge our. You don't acknowledge our um,
that's not my argument.
ethnogenesis.
Yeah, that's not my
And you
argument. No,
don't.
you
You
are
don't.
you
You don't
are your own
acknowledge our
people. You
ethnogenesis.
no,
Well,
you
then
are
why?
your own.
Why do
Listen to
you
me.
have a?
I
Why do
agree
you
with the
have a
whole
problem
FBA
with it?
movement, all of that. I agree with FBA movement.
Uh huh.
You're your own people. People do copy African American culture. They do copy hip
Yes,
hop.
we
Hip
do.
hop does
Yes, we
belong to
do.
African Americans, right?
So does reggae, but we gave it as a gift.
You gave what as a gift?
Reggae.
I mean, reggae is a lot of it's a lot of rhythms that belong to reggae. You got dance hall. We
Whatever it is,
Hispanics use the
your
pounder
island,
rhythm.
whatever it is, your island did not create it. That's all I'm saying.
All we utilize is the pounder rhythm.
Hmm.
That's it. The pounder rhythm.
Now, Dominican, let me ask you this now, because you came in saying, why do y'all FBAs have an issue with Dominicans? Now, what gives you the impression that we have an issue with Dominicans? We don't really think about Dominicans.
Yes, you do. You're always making videos on YouTube about Dominicans are anti-black. They don't identify as black. Like, I really don't understand that argument because you're here saying that you're FBA, you're not African, you're not this and that. I mean, how is that different from what Dominicans say? It's the same
But
thing.
I don't know. If I talk about a Dominican, that means one of them called up to me and said something crazy. And a lot of times they call us telling us that they're not the same and that they're Caucasian. And they start,
Nah, don't Dominicans don't say that they're white. We don't say that.
He just
no,
did. The guy
He
just
was trolling
did.
you. That's because he was trolling
no,
you.
wasn't,
He was trolling
sir.
you.
No,
Nobody
he
even
wasn't.
knows him. Who is he?
No, many of them identify as white from the
Nah,
Dominican.
no, we don't. No, we
Yeah,
don't. What Dominicans are these that identify as white? I
y'all,
mean, you do have
Sammy Sosa. You act like Sammy Sosa ain't over there with all that cake soap on his face? Really? Hmm? You want to play that game?
we could talk about Michael Jackson and Little Kim. You see what I'm saying? But he doesn't represent all Dominicans.
Yeah.
We clown Sammy Sosa. The Dominicans in the DR, we clown him.
No, he's a hero over there, sir.
I mean, in terms of baseball, but in terms of what he did, bleaching his skin, no, he's not.
Well, no, he's still kind of looked at as a hero over there.
No, he's not. Not based on that.
And what do you think they classify themselves as over there, sir?
We classify ourselves as Dominican first, and then if you want to get more deeper, we call ourselves mulatto. But we're triracial people. We're triracial people, but we lean more
Are
to the
we
mulatto side.
triracial people? Are we triracial people?
Who?
Black Americans.
Yeah, you are triracial, right? But you lean more to the
But
African
what?
side. You
You
lean
don't
more
know
to the
how,
African
you
side
don't
because
know. We identify more with that. We don't ethnically lean anywhere.
yeah,
We're just
yeah,
like
but
everybody else
genetically
over
you're
here.
more
But
to the African side.
no, we're not. No, we're not. We have a mix, just like
You
you.
have a mix, but it leans more to the
You
African
don't,
side
are you a geneticist? How do you know?
because we
You don't
we
know
know
anything. Be
this. Every time
quiet.
you take a DNA
Let
test,
me
we
tell you,
see
let
it.
me ask you a question. Did we go into a Dominican room and mess with you?
We don't mess with you.
What was that thing in here doing then?
You
Because
think
you come in
you
our
think he
rooms messing
represents
with
all
us.
Dominicans?
I don't care.
Here's my
You
question to
said,
you. When
what
you
beef?
speak to one
No,
Dominican,
you said, what beef do we have with you right after you had a beef with us, telling us you don't appreciate us identifying ourselves? Who do you think you are?
nah, he
You're
was
about to
trolling
get
you.
on a
Listen,
banana boat and get out of here. You are
he
about to
was
get on
trolling
the
you.
next banana boat and get out of here. And that's why.
He was trolling you. He doesn't represent all
Well, I'm not
Dominicans.
trolling
He wasn't
you.
trolling. No, he wasn't trolling.
He was trolling. He doesn't represent Dominicans. Most Dominicans don't
He
even think
does
like that or
today.
speak like
He
that.
does today. Well, I have thousands of videos of Dominicans hating black dolls for their children and doing a
That's
whole
not
lot
true.
of
That's
things.
propaganda.
There you
So
go.
That's
whatever.
anti-Dominican propaganda. Listen to me.
We don't,
Listen to
No,
me.
sir, we don't care.
Listen
We
to me.
don't care what you think. You
That's
have colonial brain
anti-Dominican
damage and
propaganda.
you can get back on your banana boat with it and take it home.
Listen, that's anti-Dominican propaganda promoted by the left. They are the ones that promote those lies about
You're not
Dominicans
worth propaganda. You're
Why
not
would
worth propaganda.
propaganda against you? What would the propaganda be for?
because they want to fusion the whole island. They want to
What,
fusion Haiti with the Dominican Republic,
that
right?
don't make no. Why would they have propaganda against y'all? Y'all, you're
Because they have to make us look like people who are anti-black and self-hating to fusion the island. They're bringing Haitians into the Dominican Republic on purpose, right? When we
that
tried to deport them, what do? All the human rights organizations, they spread all these false news. They're killing Haitians,
but
this and that. It's
no,
a
but
lie.
no, because look, y'all had a problem with murdering Haitians
No,
for a
no, no, no,
long,
no, no. Haitians murder Dominicans. You see?
sir,
Haitians murder Dominicans. Haitians are the predators on the island, not Dominicans.
sir. Y'all had
You can't,
Trujillo,
you
sir,
can't claim
sir. You gonna act like the Parsley massacres didn't happen, sir?
the Parsley massacre happened, but that was because Haitians were killing Dominicans at the border.
No, it wasn't. It was
Yes,
because
it was.
no, it wasn't. It was because Trujillo wanted to racially
No,
cleanse
you see, that's leftist propaganda right there. Leftist
and propaganda.
propaganda. Leftist
That
propaganda.
Trujillo wanted to racially cleanse the
No,
Dominican
no, no,
Republic.
no, 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 no.
All
That's
the damn-
leftist propaganda. You know who promotes that? The same people that tell black people you ain't black because you don't vote Democrat. Those are the
them,
same people.
so them 30,000 dead bodies out there was propaganda, sir. Them 30,000 dead Haitians.
30,000 dead bodies. Where the bones?
Y'all probably ate them. I don't know where they are now. What you mean, where the bones? The
You
death
can't
toll.
listen. You can't claim that Haitians beat the French.
No. Y'all killed up to 30,000 Haitians during the Parsley massacre,
So you're
dude.
telling me that Haitians right now are killing Haitians?
No, you keep trying to change the subject. They sat there. Trujillo had a racial cleansing of the Haitians and
That
started
was
just
not a racial cleansing.
what was it? Why was he killing 30,000 Haitian
Because
people?
Haitians are always, every time they created a border treaty, right? Trujillo gave them more land. He gave Haiti more land because they kept invading our land. So he said, look, I'm going to give you this piece of land. Respect our territory. They don't respect the territory. They keep
No,
coming over, killing Dominicans.
no, this is cap. No, the family. What he's saying is, all right. Let me just.
No, it's not.
Trujillo wanted to whiten up the Dominican Republic. That's all it was. They wanted to do a racial cleansing. They wanted to whiten up. At the time, the eugenics movement was happening in the Western Hemisphere. That was a big thing. And some of them wannabe white Dominicans wanted to get in on the whole, we're white too, so let's whiten up this place and get rid of the black. It's just that simple. All of this other stuff is cap.
What are your sources?
They wanted to whiten up the Dominican Republic, which is what they did to a certain degree, but they still had those um, um, ethnic Dominicans over there still browning everything up.
What are your
So,
sources?
well, sorry, it's very well done. Just hell.
Who documented it?
The historians and
The
the press,
leftists.
the leftists.
The leftists.
So, did the rightist, the right wingers, debunk any of this stuff?
Of course, all
Where,
the time. There's
where,
tons of pages. I can send you
name,
tons of
name the
pages.
source. Name the sources that debunk that 30,000 Haitians were killed by those wannabe white Dominicans. Name the source that debunks that.
All over the Dominican Republic, we have historians debunking that all the time.
Okay, give me the sources now. What's the sources?
They're in Spanish. I gotta look for them and give it to you. I can't off the top of the head. I can't just give it to you like that.
Right. So yeah, there has been some anti-black stuff going on over there.
Nah, that's not anti-blackness. That's not anti-blackness.
Well, yes, it is. It is.
It's not anti-blackness.
It is. Yeah, you killing 30,000 people.
If you have to use Haitians as an example of anti-blackness, then there's no anti-blackness. Why don't you use Dominicans?
Hell, even though the dark Dominicans, they corner them off on another side of the
Okay,
place.
so all of the massacres that occurred in Haiti with Papa Doc killing his own Haitian people, how come you never talk about those massacres?
Oh yeah, we talk about that. We get on the Haitians
So
about
that's
that
not
too.
anti-blackness?
No, that's ethnic. That's more of an ethnic.
You see? So it's only anti-blackness when somebody who's perceived as being lighter skinned does it, right?
Yeah, because if you do it based on skin tone, yeah,
We
that's
didn't
racial.
do it based on skin tone.
They did do it on skin
You
tone. Yes, they did. They did target them based on skin tone.
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
They did. And also, over there, y'all still marginalize the dark skinned Dominicans. Y'all got them cornered off in another side of the place. They have them on a different side of town. So y'all marginalize the dark skinned Dominicans now. You do it now, sir. So yeah, it is based on skin tone, sir. Yes, it is. It is. Straight up and down, it is. No, don't deny that. Don't say it's left wing propaganda, and you go over there and the lighter skinned Dominicans over here, and the black Afro Dominicans are over here in the little shanty towns.
Tariq, that's a lie, Tariq. That's a lie, Tariq.
That,
Tariq, that's a lie.
are you insane?
What part of the Dominican did you go to and see that?
Dude, I've been all over there.
Nah,
When I was
Tariq, nobody's marginalized over there. There's no racial segregation over there.
All the light ones are working at the resorts, and all the dark ones out there begging in the damn streets. I saw that with my own eyes. You talking about? What are you talking about, sir? Will you act like we can't see certain things?
The majority of the people that work at resorts are Haitians.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I didn't see not one when I went over
Where
there.
did you go?
I went over there to Punta Cana. I didn't
Okay,
see.
majority of Haitians live there.
I didn't see no Haitians
You're not
working.
you're not seeing the proper stuff then.
Yeah,
you must have went. You must have went there a very long time ago.
Yeah, at the resort I went to, wasn't no Haitians.
The majority of the people that work over there are Haitians.
No, it was no Haitians at the resort.
Nobody's marginalized. You need to go into Santo Domingo. You need to go into Santiago. You need to go to Samaná. Have you been to Samaná?
I have not been to Samaná.
You see, you haven't been there. A lot of African Americans there. Well, descendants of African Americans.
But what I saw a bunch of the Afro Latinos or the Afro Dominicans up in the streets begging over there in the shanty towns, and the lighter ones working at
those
the
were
resorts.
Haitians that you saw begging. Those were Haitians.
No, they were talking in Spanish. They were not talking in French.
Yeah, they speak Spanish too. Haitians speak Spanish.
No,
they speak Spanish. Oh, yes, they do. They speak Spanish.
No, these were the dark Afro Latinos. So
nah, everybody over there is mixed. Is light brown skin or brown. That's the majority of the people. We don't have a dominant. We don't have a dominant white society in the Dominican Republic that racially segregates itself. That doesn't exist there. Never has.
That's not true, sir.
That's very true. That's very true. This is not Cuba or Puerto Rico, where they have majority white societies and they always segregated themselves. That doesn't exist in the Dominican Republic. We're unique in that.
That's not, man, if you don't stop.
That's true in Colombia. It may be true in places like Brazil, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. No. Majority of us are brown.
Sir, but they still have a racialized pecking order over
no,
there,
we don't.
Good Lord, man, boy, the denial.
You need to take a trip there. You need to go there. When are you going to go there?
Good freaking grief, man. They still got those people cornered off in a different side of town. Sammy Sosa ain't the only one over there with some damn cake soap. Why do you think them people over there with all that cake soap?
Oh, do not bleach. We don't need to bleach.
Oh, yes, they do.
No, we don't.
They do.
No, we don't. Sosa, that may happen in Jamaica for that Jamaican girl that was in here talking. I know bleaching over there is very prevalent. But Dominican Republic, we don't need the bleach. Why? Why would we need the bleach for?
Sammy Sosa is not the only one over there.
Sammy Sosa is not the only Dominican. Why are you always using him as an example?
Prominent one, sir. He's one of the most prominent ones, sir.
Did David Ortiz bleach his skin? Did Alex Rodriguez bleach his skin?
Sammy Sosa did.
He's not the only Dominican.
I'm not saying that he is, but he's one of the most prominent ones, and they get their bleach on over there heavily. Let me get FBA Goddess in here real quick. Let me get FBA Goddess. FBA Goddess, what's up, beloved? FBA Goddess.
Hey, Tariq, I just came up because I also went over to the Dominican Republic, and everybody on the resort was lighter skinned.
Yeah.
What resort you went to?
When we went off on the Now Resort, in Punta
I never heard
Cana
of that
when
one.
we went off onto the beach. The only time that I saw the darker skinned people, they were cornered off, and we had to walk. They were not able to come over where we were at. Where I did see people getting kicked off was when we were at the mall. We went out off the resort to the mall, and they had guns. If they walked up to them, they knew not to come up there because the darker skinned people were in the street. That was true.
Yeah,
You should stop lying.
Nah,
yeah. Thank you, dear. Yeah, I saw the same thing. I'm like, you like, no, that's not true. Yeah, I want no damn Haitians at the resort. I got pictures. Want no damn
I
Haitians?
mean there's hundreds of resorts in Punta Cana. So what you see in one place that doesn't mean
Oh,
anything. You're going to a resort. I mean that doesn't. I mean,
yeah. If
here's my
I
question: what do you expect to see at the resort? I mean, what are your expectations?
I'm going to see the people that represent the city and the country.
Oh, nah, you're not gonna see that in Punta Cana. Come on, man, you got to you.
Yeah, you see a lot of the light Dominicans working in there, and the dark ones out there begging in the streets.
You're
The
seeing
dark,
Haitians begging on the streets. Those are
oh yeah, you
Haitians.
sit here and act like
The
you're Haitians. All
majority of the people that live in Punta Cana now are Haitian people.
you can sit there. These were not no Haitians.
They're Haitians.
They were not. These were damn Afro Dominicans. These were not Haitians, sir.
So my
I know,
question is, what do you expect? What do you expect to see when you go to Punta Cana? Dark skinned people. I mean, working at the resort. What?
and dude.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, the point is the dark skinned people, and just like all of Latin America, they are marginalized.
Nah.
Yeah, you're not going to sit here and act like there's this big old kumbaya with all of the races of people. Like the Afro Dominicans are not marginalized.
There is a very big kumbaya.
Oh, it's not, sir. It is not, sir. It is not no big kumbaya.
You know who Anthony Santos is?
I don't know who that is.
See, you don't know who Anthony Santos is. You know who Sábado
You
en
don't
Corporal
have
is?
famous people. Please don't name
Nobody.
people no one knows.
See, you don't know these prominent dark skinned people in the Dominican
They're
Republic, and you're
They
telling me
don't
that they're
exist.
marginalized, and you don't know these people.
You know, these are people who are just not known nowhere. Nobody knows them. Nobody who
Everybody knows them in Latin America.
no, they don't.
That's just because you're not checking for Latin America doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
They're not globally known. They're not prominent people, sir. These are not prominent people. But anyway, sir, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. All right, let me get some more people in here. This brother lying his ass off about what's going on in the Dominican, like we ain't been over there. Boy, like we have not been over there, seeing what's going on over there. Let me get Eric John. Let me get EJ in the building. EJ, what's up, brother? EJ, what's going on, fam?
And that dude was giving me a brain aneurysm. He been snorting too much of that El Goya powder from the DR. Very bad dosage of him just overdosing on stupidity. This just goes to show you that Dominicans and other people within these Latin and Caribbean countries, they have a casting system that they and he was up here talking about the slaughterings that was happening on his island wasn't true. He was real false in some of the things he was saying, constantly babbling. And I do want to thank brother Tariq and Wani for putting him in his place, because this just goes to show you, just like the other Dominican who was up here earlier, I don't know what it is with some of these people from these islands that keep constantly lying about their history and their people. They do segregate themselves from the darker skinned people on these islands. They got a whole casting system, and they have been indoctrinated by white mommy and white daddy. See, these people want to be white so bad that they'll deny their history of them slaughtering even their own people,
Mhm.
just to try to lick white mummies and white daddies nuts. So I just want to say thank you, Tyreek. Oh yeah, I do want to say something too. When we gonna get some more Bucci Bear cartoons, and when we gonna get the Grinding for the Green Card album on CD? Because we do need that by the end of the year. I do want to get one of these tetters that for a Christmas present. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Oh man, man. Gilberto, I don't want to have you back on. We've already had you up, brother. We've already had you up. Shout out to everybody in here. We're in here real heavy. I think we're having some good conversations tonight. I think the conversations are pretty heavy tonight. Let me put a lot of people in here. And yeah, get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com, by the way. Let me get Carmine building. Carmine, But yeah, old boy just kept denying stuff. Like, hey man, yeah, there were like 30,000 Haitians killed. Nah, that's left wing propaganda. Really? Kind of weird denial is that? Carmine, what's happening, brother? Waiting on Carmine to get his phone line together. All right. Let's get Real Ace Kid. Real Ace Kid. What's up, Real Ace? Real Ace, hop on. All right. Well, Carmine or Real Ace, one of y'all. Real Ace, you good?
Yeah, I'm on here. What's going on, G?
What's good, man? How are you?
How you been? It's been a while since we spoke, man. How you been? Everything's good with you?
I'm good, but boy, that phone is janky. You're gonna have to get the headphones off, man. That's real janky.
All right, how's this
But
better?
much better.
Yeah, how you been? I was tapped in. I was listening to that guy. About the islands, I think it's true about the islands. I just want to point that out. It's not everywhere in the world where you're gonna have like black superiority. That's a fact. There are a lot of places in the world where white people do have they're like minority and majority power.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me get your ass out of here. INT. Copy an INT.
What's happening, man? This Righteous from Houston. I appreciate you for letting me speak, brother. What we seeing is, by the same token, they doing a lot of that three-card Monty. Everybody don't have a problem with the FBA movement until they can't tether themselves to it.
Right.
And when we come with these facts, we tell them facts, and they trying to practice. I'm privileged, and I say so.
Yeah.
And we obviously say, hey, man, now that we're solidified in what we know as our history, and we standing on business, it seems to be such a problem. And everybody want to come in here and try to throw their nuts around like they can stand on business until business meet them at the front door. With
Mm-hmm.
that said, I land my plane and I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Much respect, brother. Yeah, it's funny. This brother here and Sister Wani had a very good point. People come in and then try to define our culture and lineage for us. No, y'all really Africans. Y'all African immigrants. No, no, we're not no African immigrants just because you say so. You don't get to define our lineage, especially when you fled from yours and you don't even really know what your lineage is for the day. You're Caucasian one day, and then you're Afro Dominican the next day, and then you're Spanish the next day. So your lineage changes like the damn wind. You're not standing on anything. So you haven't even defined who you are. So you can't define us. You don't know your damn self. BVF. What's up, sis? Unmute your microphone, dear. All right. BVF. Monica, Miss Monica, hop on. All right, Monica. Monica ain't saying nothing. Let's get Miss Lynn in the building. Miss Lynn in the building.
Tariq, hold on now, Tariq.
What's up, Miss?
How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing, Miss Lynn?
I'm doing pretty good. How y'all doing? I'm just listening. I like to learn.
Mhm,
I'm listening and learning.
mhm.
One thing I do know is that I'm a foundation of Black American. I don't want to be questioned about nothing.
Mm.
I mean nothing.
Mhm.
Because if you're not helping us with our cause, I don't think you should be questioning nobody. You don't have the right. Y'all not helping us. What are you questioning us for?
It's fact,
Go
sister.
ahead, Tyree. Go ahead, Tyree. You got
Now, this sister had a very good point. Notice how a lot of these non-FBA folks will call up here, and they do this all the time, just demanding to know answers. Hey, how you FBA's gonna get reparations? Explain to me how. What kind of organizations are you gonna put together? How much money are you gonna get in reparations? How much should you get? How are you gonna go about it? Who's gonna be the leader if you get a Freedmen's Bureau? Who's gonna notice all of these non-FBA people are constantly calling up in our spaces, demanding to know intricate details about what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. If you guys notice that, family, and then we look back like, why are you so passionate about knowing what we're going to do about our justice claim that you aren't even qualified to receive? That ain't even got nothing to do with you. And also, who are you that we have to provide all these answers to? Now, sometimes I will humor and acknowledge some of the things so that the family can understand where we're coming from. But for these tethers and some of these um, people who aren't even qualified to get reparations, we're not obligated to give you the rundown of what we're going to do and how we're going to get down on it. Some of them come in with like, you better tell me, I want to know. You have no bearing on what we're doing, sir. A lot of them want to try to figure out what our policies and our techniques are going to be so they can try to get in front of it to sabotage it. So we got to really watch out for that. A lot of them would like to sabotage what we got going on and what we're doing. All right. Shout out to everybody in here. Everybody needs to go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com if you have not gone there to contribute to the Hidden History Museum. That's out here in LA. And also buy the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Very, very good book. Should get one more good call because we do have a lot of people in here. We're turning up tonight. And we have a lot of people in here. A lot of people in the building. Let me get let's get Dee Dee in here. I want to get some new faces in here. Let's get Dee Dee. Hop on, Dee Dee.
Okay, I didn't know my mic was muted.
What's going on, Dee Dee? How are you?
I'm tapping in. I'm from Detroit, actually from Detroit. So that killed me that we had a few tethers claiming Detroit.
Yeah.
Especially a Jamaican lady.
Oh yeah.
But I'm tapping in from Bangkok.
Oh, you're living in Bangkok?
I am.
How long you been out there?
For almost a year, coming on Christmas.
And what made you move to Bangkok?
I just got out the military.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, where's your family from originally? I know you said Detroit, but where did they come from, your family?
They come from, so it's actually funny because they kind of mixed. So, like, my mom's mom comes from Georgia.
Okay.
And my dad's mom comes from Georgia. And then more of my family comes from my mom's dad comes from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got people from Pennsylvania too.
Got it. Got it. So how's everything out there in China? How's everything out there?
In Thailand, it's pretty nice.
Okay.
I'm trying to lead a good example out here, but I just wanted to call and say thank you. I know a lot of times people don't see what you're doing, or you might not hear, or they think people are just now catching on, but really people been knew a lot of this stuff that you're saying. I'm just glad that you're calling it out and that people can actually stand on business.
Yep.
Because a lot of times we just let it slide, and the issue is that we're not letting it slide no more.
Yes.
And another thing that I wanted to touch on is the I'm white and I say so. It goes crazy, especially in the military. Like for me, it's called the commander's discretion. But they'll somebody will hit on it later. But the I'm white and I say so goes crazy. So you really touch me with that one. So I've been paying attention to you ever since I knew you've been speaking truth to power. So I'm gonna land my plane there. But much love from Thailand.
Thank you.
FBA.
Shout out. I like Thailand too. I love going over there. The food is very good, and it's real. Things are cheap over there. The food is real cheap. Clothes are cheap. It's real nice. Let's get brother Nino Jackson in the building.
What's going on, man?
What's on? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. I ain't gonna lie now. I consider myself African American, but I still feel the FBA. All right, this how I am.
Mm-hmm.
I like the FBA movement, but I got a problem with how y'all move sometimes. But listening tonight, I kind of think I understand where y'all be coming from on some of the points. My problem is maybe my lack of understanding be stuff that I think don't even matter. Like talking to like what they call them Latinos and all that. I don't think that benefit our movement. You know what I'm saying? Y'all movement, our movement. Like, cause I hope I see what y'all doing now. And I appreciate when y'all doing the work that y'all doing, but I think sometimes y'all get sidetracked on doing other stuff.
Well, no, we have a
Like,
space. We're just talking. I mean, hell, people can come in and talk and give their opinions, and people can talk about what they talk about. The phone lines are open, so if somebody calls up and they have an opinion or they have some questions, and if they're Latino,
no, I ain't talking about on your space. I'm talking about just like when I'm on Twitter, I'm like it's like they be arguing about stuff that's just
okay, let's slow that down, because what happens? There's 43 million foundational Black Americans. Hey, we're not going to agree with everybody. Whatever
yeah.
whatever somebody's arguing about on Twitter, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody. That ain't got nothing to do with you. There's 43 million of us. There's somebody smoking crack somewhere. I don't agree with that, but
Right. But
we got to
I want.
go ahead.
Oh my bad. I had a question about. My real question was because I like what y'all doing, but my real question was this: is where I was looking to how y'all was going hard on the Democratic Party. At first, I was like, yeah, they own something.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, it got more sidetracked, and it seemed like, and I heard you say I'm neither one, Republican or Democrat, which I like.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the more I was listening to him, it was more Republican support, and I'm like, is it being careful with that? Because I'm telling you now, I'm from Mississippi. My mama, I can go back to grandma. I'm talking about 18s, both sides, all the way to Mississippi from the Jones plantation and the McGee plantation. I haven't met no Republican that support reparations at all either.
Have you?
Which I think you mentioned that.
Okay. Have you met a prominent Democrat who supported it?
Not at all.
There you go. Also, you're down there from Mississippi. My folks are from Alabama. Listen, let me tell you something. Your folks generally are conservative by nature. Most foundational Black Americans, we have conservative values. If you grew up down there, your family, they go to church, they're
Yeah.
family oriented. They didn't have when I was growing up down there, and boys running around in dresses and
Yeah, no.
all that bullshit.
So
Wasn't a bunch of immigrants in those neighborhoods. You understand? They didn't have that the zone being flooded with a bunch of people, a bunch of illegals running around those communities. It was tight knit community. Everybody knew who everybody was,
facts.
and the community looked out for each other to a certain degree. So yeah, I know what it is down south, but we still had to deal with racism, and the liberal white supremacists kind of played on that, promising something different, but it was still racist, just repackaged in a different way. Well, are you still down there in Mississippi? You still live down there?
Yeah, I work in Ohio, but I'm still in Mississippi. I travel for work because if you from Alabama, ain't much going on.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't much going on out there in Mississippi for the money
Right.
coming in.
You're a truck driver?
Oil field worker.
Oh, there you go, my man. But get
So
your paper. Get your paper, bro. I respect that. I love it. Shout out to you. All right, let's get on. What is this? Scholarship job updates? What kind of website is this? What kind of Twitter profile is this? Scholarship jobs. What's up? Let me have you hop on. That's a very weird profile. All right. Let me have you hop on in. Scholarship hop on. Unmute your microphone, please. All right, scholarship. Don't slow the game down. All right, they got up out of here. I don't think they meant to get on like that. Let's get Le Dialogue. Let's get Le Dialogue in here. All right, Le Dialogue, hop in. All right, Le Dialogue, come on, brother.
Yo. Oh yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, brother?
Man, what's up, man? What's up with you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Hey, well, Well, I got two things. One, it's like it's a brick wall, and I love it. Every time we get into a reggaeton or anything, that Dominican dude, soon as she says Roscoe Gordon, shouts out to South Memphis, you can never get past that wall, period.
Mm,
Because when you talk reggae, you talk ska, you talk rock steady, and for the Dominican dude, if you listening, bro, that's 1951. You got to go. That's not Bob Marley. Bob Marley was influenced by him. Everything that came after that is what you know as modern reggae, and that's from Memphis, Tennessee, straight up and down,
mm-hmm.
period. And one, she on point with it every time. When she said that, he started talking about uh, you know, skin tones and all that. And actually, in Latin America, it's called blanqueamiento. That means reduced to, I think it's like move to whiteness. So he knows that the president of the Dominican Republic is look white to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, so he can get out of here with that. Oh, and last thing, hey, when you gonna have another rap thing at the Hidden History joint? Because I mean, I got to come back and redeem myself.
Yes, yes, indeed. We're gonna have well on a Retrocessi event next month, but I will have another. Well, we got with the rap contest. Y'all waiting there getting rowdy, so we had a rap contest at the Hidden History Museum, and boy, them niggas started gang banging low key. Oh, here they go. They started. It started to turn left. So yeah, I'm gonna just have y'all do poetry. Yeah, and I'm not gonna have y'all rap. I'm gonna have y'all do poems because they were rapping and then they start banging and like, oh, that hood. Okay, oh, here they go. Oh, and then cats start jumping out of the audience, running up on stage, grabbing the mic. Hell no. I'm like, yo, bitch, you know what it was? No hood, and that's on cuz. I'm like, uh-oh, okay, okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh boy. They started getting a little rowdy. It was cool. It was cool, but it was about to go left, you know. So I said, next week we're gonna have a paint and sip for you. Just sit down and paint something and drink some whiskey or something. Just we got to calm y'all asses down. Yeah, we can't. Y'all too aggressive with the rap contests. Um, probably I was giving away too much money. I think we're giving away $500. Next time I'm gonna give away some Starbucks coupons or something, so y'all won't be so aggressive. Because then they were banging over that money. It was about to get real bad. I think we were giving away way too much money. Then all the gangsters showed up wanting to rap. Oh God, it was insane. Oh, I'm like, all right. And Five, what's up, Five?
Hey Tariq, thank you for letting me speak. And this face was everything. I'm trying to go to bed, but I can't stop from I can't stop laughing. But I never wanted to speak, but when he said that Dominican Republic wasn't racist, and I'm glad that you brought up Rafael Trujillo because he literally like when Hitler was before he started killing the Jews, Rafael was like, I'll take 150 over here to help wiping out the race. That's how desperate he was to wiping out the race. And
Mm,
Hitler only allowed like 20,000. And then on top of that, Rafael Trujillo mother was like quote unquote black. And in his like painting, his presidential painting, he made sure that they like gave him Eurocentral
yeah,
features
him up.
on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
So
he whitened himself up in all his paintings. Oh yeah. Mm,
exactly. So that's all.
thank you.
But thank you.
Thank you for bringing some clarity to that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See, they think we don't be knowing this stuff. They say this stuff like we don't be researching. Yeah, man. Like I said, the whole at the time when Trujillo was doing that, the whole eugenics movement was happening. That whole racial cleansing thing was going on in Nazi Germany. So yeah, they wanted to get in on it too. Yeah, the dude tried to do some splaining, Dominic or whatever his name is earlier. No, no, it was the Dominicans were over there tripping and they had bought a bunch of land. No, 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 no. No, they were trying to just whiten up the Dominican Republic. That's all it was. Stop at all of that nonsense, all that splaining. They were just trying to whiten it up. But anyway, how many people we got in here? Hey, y'all gonna have me here all night. I ain't gonna be here. I've been here for hours. So listen, family. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Give a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. Get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Go to rootworkstyle.com to get the Rootwork deodorant, the best deodorant on the planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen. If you are musty, you need to get that Rootwork. It takes care of that must. It's very long lasting. We got 6 different scents. It has the High John the Conqueror root in it. Many people say they put that thing on and it feels like it heals their body. It's a foundational Black American-based deodorant, the best deodorant in the game right now. Rootwork at rootworkstyle.com. Okay, family, I'm up out of here. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Y'all be good. Peace.
Rootwork, feel that natural flow. Rootwork, stay fresh wherever you go. Rootwork, I like the way it feels. Rootwork, the magic is so real. Rootwork, you need it for work or play. Rootwork keeps me fresh throughout the day.